Good early morning from Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural Southeast Ohio, USA, y'all. We are actually loading Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens into the live poultry transport crates, preparing them for hauling, preparing them for transport. So this flock is 37 days old and it's processing day for us. So the production schedule for us here at our small poultry operation, and it's a part-time farming operation. We run it as a family operation, independent, but it doesn't have to support all the bills of the household. We have off-farm jobs. We have a background in agriculture, and we started specializing in raising these meat chickens about 4 years ago. So we've expanded that to where, like this year, we are scheduled to start 1,650 birds. We also have egg production flock. And when I say background in agriculture, I just mean that it's just been an intrinsic part of our lives since we were young, or my husband and I, and so it's always been a part of our kids' lives. And as far as this operation now, it just means that, we need it to sustain itself. And so just want to kind of put that out there too, because we sometimes get asked, is this a full-time operation? Does it have to support a household? And it's not. It's a part-time farming operation. So I'm going to try to take a look here. Told you that we're actually loading. So this is early morning. We're looking at ambient temperatures about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. You can see we're not having to have super warm clothing, but so these birds are in crates. So 8 in a crate is what we say there. And we'll go ahead and go in the barn. They've got a system with getting them loaded, getting them counted. So I'm kind of trying to stay a little bit out of the way. And so we'll just follow in. But we actually had our temporary walls built out of these livestock crates. And so the important thing to do here is to keep the birds calm. That's the most important thing. We want to not have a lot of undue stress on the birds, and it's a stressful situation for them as it is. So we need to keep them calm, and they're getting a good count on how many birds go into the crates, because when we go to the processor, we need to have a total. So when we get to the processor, we're going to give them an order of how we want the birds processed. After they've slaughtered the birds in the flock, then they go through a system, and they'll either leave them whole chickens or cut them up into the cuts that you want. So we need to have our order ready, and we need to give them a reliable number of how many chickens we've brought to them for processing. But you can see really how low-key the whole process is. We stay calm. We want to keep the birds calm and walk up to them, pick them up, and what they're doing when they pick them up is they're securing the wings down to the bird's side so they're not flapping their wings, and they're gently setting them in the crate, and they're counting how many they get in there until they get the number we need. And then they close the lid. It's a slide on the top, and they just set them in. So we're not making it an ordeal. We're not trying to make it dramatic. They're just getting the birds safely and quietly set into those transport boxes. So this one's done because the lid's closed, I would say. They're finishing those. We'll probably end up with about 14 crates going, and the flock turned out looking really good. And so in this case, we're able to just use the pickup truck and load the crates into there, and it'll be securing the crates down there with straps to fasten them in. Okay, so we're down to some of the last birds. So as far as loading them, the other important thing is that they do kind of securely hold the wings into the body like you see happening there, because you don't want meat birds beating their wings and flapping their wings. You could have 2 injuries result. First of all, you could have wing injuries if they're flapping their wings real hard, and also they can bruise the chicken breast if they're flapping their wings really hard. And so we don't want either of those things. We don't want the chicken breast meat bruised, and we don't want wings bruised, and we don't want any of them to get upset and end up causing a leg injury here at the last stage of the game for them. So when you get down to the last ones, it's a little more difficult because they have more room. And, you know, they have kind of caught on to it now. They really don't want to get caught. So at any rate, but there we go. So that group's all loaded. So we're going to be wrapping the video up so that we can finish up getting crates onto the truck. But if you followed the videos, you've seen the whole system for us of raising these flocks from hatch to harvest. And so these will get loaded and we'll get them in the truck. You saw total feed withdrawal at the end of production. Do that 12 to 18 hours before processing. And then if you're taking them to a processor, have them there when your processor wants them there, and have a count for them and have an order ready for them. So that's what we're doing with these birds. So we're going to be finishing loading up and heading to the processor. Thanks for supporting our channel. Thanks for joining us at TwinOaksFarm Poultry, and we hope that you'll join us again.